Now, you had an instructor in high school who made a difference in your world. What if you don't have that special someone?
And you're being forced into doing it, like with COVID-19, right?
Right.
What I've noticed, and I have received thousands of emails and Facebook messages and just so on, different ways to connect. And the big question has been just that. I'm not a scientist. I wasn't good in science class. My kids are doing all kinds of wild, wacky science, cooking it up in the kitchen because they're turning those kitchens into science labs. Don't be scared, number one. Don't be afraid to make a mess. So many parents are so scared, my kid's going to ruin this, my kid's going to ruin that. Just be a little more lenient during these unique times and let kids make more messes, but also encourage them to be responsible to clean up after themselves.
Well, and also don't be afraid to make mistakes, right?
Oh, yes, believe me, that's what science is all about. We do science experiments multiple times. When I do science on live television, sometimes it doesn't always work out the first time. And I'm glad it doesn't, because I want kids to understand even a guy with a science degree who does science almost daily, it doesn't work for him sometimes. And bottom line, let mistakes happen, learn from those mistakes, and let kids understand that that's what science is all about. It doesn't happen perfect every time.
Well, and you have such a passion for this. So what are you hoping that you can instill in others through this passion of yours with science?
No matter what career you choose in life, there's going to be a little bit of science there. It doesn't matter anything, depending on what you choose. A lot of people think, okay, I'll never use that science. You may not use hardcore chemistry equations or hardcore math equations, but in the end, you're going to be asking questions. You're going to be problem solving, the basics of science. So that's the bottom line there. Understand that those basic things that you do in science class, ask questions, problem solve, figure it out, quit whining about it, just do it. All of that goes to a basic science background. So I would like to encourage everyone to realize, don't be scared of science. And at the end of the day, when it comes to cool science, my goal is just to get not only America, but the world excited about science and better understand that.
So is there a science experiment out there that's waiting for you to have happen and touch and make happen?
Sometimes it surprises me on what I discover. One time we had this 2-liter bottle, dumped the soda out, and we put a bunch of packing peanuts on the inside. And there are these little fizz things that you can fizz your soda back up. So basically we put that on top and was pumping a lot of air on the inside of our bottle to try to mash the matter. Well, a surprising experiment happened. After we pumped a bunch of air on the inside, we released it, the top popped into the ceiling, dented the ceiling, and all of the packing peanuts came out, creating an instant snowstorm. But those are the kinds of things that sometimes I'm like, wow, didn't expect that to happen. But you know what? It got me excited. All those kids around me were like, wow, what just happened? The wow factor happened. So, I don't plan it out, but what I do is I keep an open mind in saying that, this experiment's supposed to go this way, but I can learn something new, and I'm willing to learn something new by doing the experiment differently.
I love it. Thank you for joining us on Coffee Near Me. I'm coming to you from my dining room in these crazy times. Jason, Lindsey, if you had the opportunity, living or dead, to have coffee with anyone, who would that be?
Let's see. Bill Nye. I've met him, I've interviewed him, but I've really never had coffee with him just to sit down and talk science. That would be one. Mr. Wizard. I, grew up as a kid on Nickelodeon watching Mr. Wizard, Don Herbert. He's no longer around, but that would have been another guy that I would love to have coffee with. He was an awesome guy too.
Well, cheers to you. Thanks for having coffee with us. Jason Lindsey, digital meteorologist, STEM certified educator, and hooked on science. I'm Barbara Deeb. Thanks for joining us here on Coffee Near. Remember, you can keep that conversation going. Who would you like to sit down and have a cup of coffee with? Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Jason.
You're welcome.